Hello, my name is Bill and welcome to Mind Your Crypto. Here with a strategy that almost never fails. And we are going to go through step by step to explain to you what you should be doing. Of course, I hope that you are having a fantastic day wherever you are. Let's go right now and see some very important things. First of all, if you are not familiar with the TradingView application right here that you can use on phone and on PC, desktop, laptop, I prefer to use it on a PC because on phone it is a little bit hard to use, but anyway, let's go right now to see some things. On the indicators you can type EMA. We need two tools, right? The relative strength index and the exponential moving average or moving average exponential, as you can see here. You can type here this one, and where are you going to go is you're going to the settings, and what you're doing is that you're going to have the length of the 50-day. Okay, you're going to have one length of the 50-day source close. The SMA, this is a new updated one from TradingView. You can have it in the 5 days. I would prefer if you have it to 5 to 10 days. It is up to you. Let's have it 5 days. Let's keep it as the default settings. Here, the smoothing line, you can see right there, it is a little bit above, okay, but I'm having it disabled, and of course you can click OK. All right, this is the 50-day MA. If you want the lines to be a little bit more thick, then you can go to this line right here. You can change the color, also the thickness. So we are going to have a thickness, we're going to have the blue color or the red. Okay, for the 50-day MA, I prefer the red one, and we are going to click OK. So this is the 50-day exponential moving average. The other thing you can do is you're going to have the 20-day MA. So we are going to need one more, and we are going down here, and we are going to have the 20. Okay, going to style, we are going to change it to the yellow and the thickness to the third. So here we are, this is the 20-day, this is the 50-day exponential moving average. We are on the 4-hour frame. I will tell you why this is important afterwards. And one more that we need to do is we need the relative strength index. I personally have it with a yellow and a purple right here background. Okay, you can go into the settings. Once you type RSI, you can see that you can have it, relative strength index, okay? And you can go into the settings, and what you're going to do right here is you're going to have the 14 close. Right now, TradingView also has the updated relative strength index. If you just type it in, you will see that you have the smoothing average, okay, the RSI, the length, and of course the MA type, SMA, Bollinger Bands. You can do whatever you want. Okay, this is very, very nice. And I have the SMA, MA length, you can just leave it at 14. And this is something that you should not be touching to me personally. Okay, just leave it at the second or at 1. All right, so therefore I'm going to leave it on a second one. I'm going to have the style right here. And I do not want to have, for example, for me personally, the RSI based MA. Okay, you can just type it off and you have the lines and the RSI right here. Okay, 20, 30, sorry, should be the bottom line, 70 should be the upper line. Okay, and I'm going actually to close this out. We already have the RSI right here. And what we need to do and what we need to search right now is that when do we have buying entries and when do we have exit points? When we are generally in a downtrend, we are seeing something that we are seeing quite often in all of the altcoins and on Bitcoin as well. You are on a downtrend and you have the 20-day MA and the 50-day MA. Usually when the price are going above the 50-day MA, we have a selling pressure. Okay, so this is what generally it happens. We have a sell pressure every time. So here you are on the 4-hour frame from the 5 April, we are going down, right? And you can see that every time we were going above the 50-day MA, we had a nice selling pressure and we should be selling. Okay, so right now, what are we going to see also is that, apart from that, we are seeing some continuous bullish RSI divergences from this bottom towards this 25 April and so on. But as you can see, we are not seeing that in the price. So therefore, what we are doing is that we are forming constant bullish RSI divergences, okay, and we are not seeing any pump at all. of course, we are going to show what we need to do in order to see the pump. Okay, in general, and in order to figure out if we are going to have a nice momentum or not. I would say that what you need to do in general and what the price needs to do is when we form continuous bullish RSI divergence, but we are seeing every sell-off right there, it is not a great buying entry. That's why you have the 50-day EMA and the 20-day exponential moving average. Okay, so for now, when we are going actually above the 50-day EMA every time we have a selling pressure, what we need to do is simply what I will show you afterwards. So let's say you can see that we had this high and then we were falling down. Okay, I'm going from this high and we are going to use the Fibonacci retracement tool. So what we need to do is every time we have a downtrend, we are going to simply use the high and the low from the high point to the low point. And of course, also the 50-day EMA. You can search it out and you can find that every time we had a lower high pattern, and of course, every time we didn't get bust above the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement. This is one of the most important lines in the crypto space. 0.786, okay, or 0.786 Fibonacci retracement. We need to close above. If we do not, then I would say that this bearish momentum would keep going. Of course, for me, Ethereum is going to probably go even higher, forming probably another lower low, and then we are going to make a nice buying pressure. But anyway, this is what happens right now. Every time, if we do not close above the 0.786 from a top to the bottom, then it is not a good entry. Okay, second of all, when you are seeing a downtrend and we are just getting past above the 50-day EMA, you should be checking two things, not the RSI, but the stochastic RSI. Usually, what we are seeing here is that the stochastic RSI, in which you can find on the indicators as well, if you type stock, you can see stochastic RSI, and of course, the inputs should be 3, 3, 14, 14, okay. And the style here, you could have whatever you want. This is the thickness, this is the color, okay. The upper band, the lower band is 20, the upper band is 80. You can change them, but I keep them as a default right here. You can see that the stochastic RSI, it is going in an overbought. We are just at the tip of the 50-day EMA, a little bit higher, and we have a sell pressure. This is how you recognize if you're going to see probably a sell-off. Stochastic RSI in an overbought, we are just tiny bit above the 50-day EMA, and then we are having a selling pressure. But if we have the stochastic RSI in an overbought, but we keep going higher, this is where you buy. Okay, so this is where we know we should be above the 50-day EMA, first condition. Secondly, we should have what we call right here the stochastic RSI in an overbought, but the price goes against the overbought situation. So this means that the altcoin is probably going to make a new higher low pattern as well. Okay, so this is where you enter. You need first to be above the 50-day EMA. Secondly, the price to go against the overbought of the stochastic RSI in the 4-hour frame, and therefore this is where probably the of course the downtrend will end. And the other point is that we need to break the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement. This is the third rule right there to have a buying entry. Let's see what happens when you have an uptrend. For example, when you have an uptrend, when you should be buying. So you have the 20-day EMA and the 50-day exponential moving average. And right now you can see that we are going higher, and then we are falling down, either below the 20 or below the 50-day EMA. We have seen either going down from the 50-day EMA as well. It is not a problem, okay? So perhaps in a very nice uptrend, when we are seeing an uptrend in an altcoin, what is the buying opportunity? It is usually when the stochastic RSI goes in an oversold situation, plus the price is going below the 20-day EMA, or below the 50-day, or upon, okay, or upon. You can see that we had, for example, the stochastic RSI almost in an oversold and we have a buying opportunity. Here the stochastic RSI was in an oversold, but the price kept going higher. You can see that, right? This shows that the altcoin has strength. Okay, this price movement right here. And of course, if we get down from the 20-day or the 50-day MA, while we had the stochastic RSI in an oversold in an uptrend, okay, this is a buying entry. This was a buying entry back here as well, back here as well. Okay, whenever you have the stochastic in an oversold. And here you can see that we went down to the 50-day MA. We had the stochastic RSI in an oversold. We had the commodity channel index as well. I'm sorry about this. Here you go. And we are going higher. But why am I insisting on stochastic RSI? I will explain why. Because the RSI does not go into an oversold when we have an impulsive wave. The commodity channel index barely goes into an oversold, you can see only here, but in general it stays above the minus 100. And the only thing that goes into an oversold is the stochastic RSI and sometimes the Fisher transform, but mostly the stochastic RSI, which is more sensitive to the price action, and it takes into consideration the RSI as well. It is very, very good, and it is a very nice risk metric, especially when you are having an impulsive wave. You are just buying at the best price possible. Of course, in a sideways movement, you cannot predict and you cannot know with the stochastic RSI. Okay, when you have a sideways movement like here, okay, you're just waiting or you're accumulating for the midterm. It is hard around there to do a trade, okay, a daily trade as we talk about when we have the sideways price action. But when we are up or down, it is easier because you know that when you are in a downtrend and it has to stop once we close above the 0.786 and we go above the 50-day EMA and significantly above, and of course we have to do something like this and also go against the stochastic RSI, which will be in an overbought situation because it goes actually in an overbought more often. Okay, so this is what you need to do. This is how you should be working out things in a downtrend and in an uptrend, simply by using the stochastic RSI, the EMA, and of course the Fibonacci retracement, right? The same goes with Bitcoin charts. You can see that we had consecutive bullish RSI divergence going on, but at the same time we didn't get even higher. This is because on the 4-hour frame we were in a downtrend, and every time we were going above the 50-day and the 20-day, we had a selling pressure. Right now what we need to do is to close above the 0.786. You can see back here, for example, if I draw the fib from a top to a bottom, we found rejection on the 0.786. So this was not a clear buying entry right here. Okay, and eventually we should be dropping further down, going below the 20-day and the 50-day MA. And of course, after we are going to see the price analysis in order to assume when we are having a buying entry again. But I would suggest you buy after a downtrend if we have a breakout and not DCA. Do not DCA so easily, only buy when we have a breakout. This is the best confirmation, trust me. You might be a little bit late to the party, but you will secure your profits. You will secure your mission right there to take easy profits. Do not forget to join our monthly subscription and of course see you soon with many more videos. Bye.